Hi there, this is Amber Swift with Swift Thinking, and this is my next installment of how I am backing up MDS. So, at this point, we've looked through the downloads, gotten all the stuff that we want, and we have downloaded everything in, if you're doing like me, the Mac, the Windows, and the zipped file formats. So, what do you do with them now? Well, the whole point of backing it up is that if your computer was ever to crash, you want to be able to install them over again. So keeping them on your computer is not the safest place to keep them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on an external drive, which we keep in the house, and I put my pictures and everything on it. But then I'm also going to burn them to a set of CDs that I will keep at my parents' house, so that if it was ever a thing where our house was lost in a fire or something, that I still have those backups, and that's the same process I do with my pictures as well. So onwards and upwards, I guess, and here we go. So you can see I have the folder open that has all of my downloads in it, and I have a couple different ways, or a couple different places I keep my downloads. I have some that come through a customer account that I would have bought through a party order. I have some that I have in my demo account, and then I'm also helping my mom back up hers, and then I have the program files and the program updates. So for this example, I will use the ones that I downloaded from my mom and that I'm backing up to a CD for her. So what you would want to do if you were looking at an external drive and you're on a Mac is you would go to your little Mac HD and you'd open that up. And down here towards the bottom, you're going to have devices. And if you have an external device plugged in like I do, it will show up right here. Don't ask why it's called Libertad. It's probably going to be called what your device was when you bought it, unless you've renamed it. My husband renamed it to that. I don't even have a clue what he means by it, but it's what our external drive is called. So I would go into this external drive, and you can see I've got folders in here, and I would go into my Ambers. And not that you guys would do this, you would just basically navigate to where you want. And so I've got my installers, and I would have my mom's account right here. Now, if I hadn't already put my mom's account on there, I had done this previously just so you guys wouldn't have to watch it, but I would go to the window on my computer. So this one's located on my computer, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say copy. And then I would go over to here, and this is the window for my external drive. And I would right click as well, and I would say paste item. And when I do that, it's going to start pasting the folder in here, and it will slowly move it over. And that is all you would have to do. You would just have to sit and watch and wait for it to copy over. Just for an example for you guys, let's just do a new folder, and I'm going to copy this. And then I would go over here and I would say paste item. And you can see now it showed up there and it's copied over. So that is all you would have to do to copy it over. And obviously if it's full of downloads, it's going to take a lot longer than that. You'd have a window that would pop up and say how long it has left. And you just wait until that's done, and then go ahead and eject. This is the eject button. You would want to eject your external drive, unplug it from your computer, and you'd be good to go. If you don't have an external hard drive, you could do also the little jump drives. You might not be able to fit everything onto one jump drive depending on how much you have, but that would be another option. So that is how you would do an external drive on a Mac. If you were on a PC, you would go down to your little Windows button in the corner, and that's that red, yellow, green, blue, looks like a divided pane window. You'd click that, you'd come up over here is kind of where it would be, and there'd be a button that says computer, and when you click that, it's going to come up with all the different places to store stuff. And if you have your external drive plugged in, it's going to be under devices with removable storage is the category it's going to show up under. And you would just do the same thing where you'd right click, copy, right click, paste. So that pretty much sums it up for what you are going to do for an external hard drive, whether it be an external hard drive or a zip drive. Now, for making a CD on a Mac, it is really slick because all you do is go to File, New Burn folder, and it's going to throw a new burn folder. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it showed up there for me. That's a strange place. Usually it puts it right in the middle. And I would name this burn folder by clicking on it, and I'd say MDS installers for mom. And whatever you name it is what the CD name is going to show up when you pop it into a computer. So now if I open this up and I do the same thing and I do a right click and I say, actually I'm going to go in here because I don't want it to have a folder in there, and I'm going to copy all of these, copy 3 items, and I'm going to paste them here. Now if you look, it has little arrows, which means these aren't the actual folders, these are just shortcuts to those folders, and so that way the burn folder knows where to go and get the drives that it needs without actually duplicating all that storage on your computer, and that's why it's so fast. It doesn't actually have to make a second copy of them. It just makes a shortcut copy for you. So all you would have to do then is go to this little button and click burn, and it's going to pop up a thing that tells you to begin, insert a disk, and it will tell you the size disk that you need. Now it just so happens that a DVD takes 4.7 gigabytes, so if you have a burnable DVD, I would be able to do it with this one. CDs only do, I want to say, a little over 700 megabytes, so they're a lot smaller. I would do DVDs if I would. You're going to fit a lot more on each disc. If for some reason you go to do this and that is too big to fit on a DVD, you would want to parse down what you have in there. So like you could just do the Mac or just do the other programs or just do the Windows. And if that's not small enough, you could go within those folders and only do half of them at a time or a third of them at a time, and just break it into small enough chunks that you can burn it onto your DVD. So at this point, all I would have to do is put a DVD in my disk drive, and it would just automatically start burning. There's no other buttons I have to push. The only button that shows up right now is cancel if I want to cancel it. And I'm not actually going to make you guys watch that because it's a bit of a lengthy process. So pop your CD or your DVD in, walk away, 5-10 minutes, come back, see how it's doing. And so that is how you burn a DVD or a CD on a Mac. Very, very simple. Now for a Windows computer, there's not really an easy way for me to show you that on my computer since it's a Mac. But what I would do is I would go out to YouTube, and if you don't know how to do it, if you already know how to burn something on yours, more power to you. But if you don't know how to burn, just go to YouTube and say burning a disk on Windows platform. And that's going to come up with all sorts of tutorials for you that's going to show you how on whichever Windows operating system, and you could put Windows 7 or Windows 8, to be more specific to yours. And you're going to find videos that people already show you how to do that. And so you should be able to take what I've given you and extend it to this and get your downloads backed up on an external from your computer. And like I said, if it was me, I would store one, locally that I just have easy access in my house if I ever need it. And I would store another copy at a different location, or, even if you have an online backup service, like do an online backup. So I hope that helps you out. This was Amber Swift with how I am backing up MDS, and stay tuned for my next part. Bye!